Okay, so Dragon Age: The Veilguard. This was actually very funny when I saw this article. When I just saw the headline, I was like, I immediately had to click this. This is the funniest thing ever. So, video games. Dragon Age: The Veilguard is humiliated by Farming Simulator 25. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, there's no lie. Simulator games are up right now. They're up. You know why? Because it's very simplified. Yeah, it's problem solving and a few puzzles, but it's not like typical puzzles that you think. It's just like a lot of it's a lot of like, you know, thinking, a lot of brainstorming. There you go. And it's amazing. And also with these simulator games, it actually teaches you something. Like this is teaching you how to farm and agriculture and stuff. PC building simulator kind of tells you what components are what and how to put them in, which is awesome. That's how I learned how to build my PC. And then we also have cabin life simulator that is right now on Steam, where it's a demo, but you learn how to become a flight attendant and how to serve people during a flight and everything. And you have to do, like, you know, making sure everybody's secured and their seatbelts are fastened and stuff like that. And then on top of that, we have the supermarket simulator that a lot of people playing, and the TGC card shop simulator, how to run a card shop. It's simple and it's awesome, and that's why people play it, because it's not too complex. That's what's going on in the game industry right now, where obviously we have stuff that's being pushed that a lot of people don't want, but also things are being overscoped and just being very complex, and we're like, we don't need that. It's so much stuff that we just don't need, right? So let's get into this. Dragon Age: The Veilguard got humiliated by Farming Simulator 25 as Giants Software's new release saw its peak player count skyrocket to 126,761 on the day of its release, dwarfing Veilguard's all-time peak of 89,418. That is crazy. Giant Software here, they said, released Farming Simulator on Steam on November 12th, so 3 days ago, for $49.99, for $50, just $10 less than Dragon Age: The Veilguard. On its first day of the release of the game, hit an all-time peak concurrent player count of 126,761. As of writing, there are currently 72,891 players playing the game. Let's look at it now. Let's go on to SteamDB. SteamDB, let's look up Farming Simulator. There we go. Farming Simulator 25. There it is. All right. Farming Simulator 25. All right. So right now playing, we got 21,418. 24-hour peak has been 113,641. So there's some players that dropped. But the game released, not too long. It was on the 12th. So that was on Tuesday. So we got the weekend coming up. Hey, Bridget, what's going on? Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. We're over here doing a YouTube video going over Dragon Age being just smashed by Farming Simulator that just came out, which is sad, but it's so funny. Hello, everybody. Welcome. So if you guys want to say hi to YouTube, you guys can totally say hello to YouTube. I'll try to add you guys in here and everything. This is amazing. It's just so funny to see. Like, this is insane. So let's see here. I'm going to make sure that everything is good. Hello, everybody. Hello. I will get to you guys. Don't worry. I'll get to you guys. All right. So he said this is what it was at that time, but we already saw what it looks like. Still does very good compared to, let's see here. Let's pull up Dragon Age. All right, Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Here we go. Now let's look at the charts. Players right now, it's there. Well, 24-hour peak, 31,000. 113. 89,418. 126,767. That is insane. I'm doing good. How you doing? How was your stream? I think you were playing Apex, so hopefully got some dubs. But yeah, it's insane to see this stuff. It is crazy. It's so crazy to see things like this. But let's go ahead. Let's keep going. In comparison, Dragon Age: The Veilguard hit an all-time peak concurrent player count of just 189 or just 89,418 on the first Sunday. That's almost 30% less than Farming Simulator's current all-time peak. Furthermore, Veilguard's opening day only peaked at 70,414. That's right there. That's right there more than people playing Farming Simulator 25 right now. Than the peak of Dragon Age: The Veilguard on its release day, October 31, 2024. That is insane. So they had the looks of it, but we already saw that. Up on RPs. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see here. So then they said, on top of Veilguard being humiliated by Farming Simulator 25, a new rumor claims that the game has finally crossed over 1 million units sold. Saw the article on that one, and that one is kind of like iffy because people are saying they say that, but it might not be. It was previously rumored that the game only sold about 500,000 units, the YouTuber Ed Meehan said. In total, what I am told is that Veilguard may have sold overall so far anyway in the 500,000 range, which may sound good to some, but this is completely abysmal to a game of this level. Reason why is because it's a franchise, and people know that it's a very famous franchise. So then, this was seemingly affirmed by a second insider who informed YouTuber SmashJT that the numbers shared by Ed Meehan are accurate. Yikes. SmashJT shared in a recent video, Dragon Age: The Veilguard sales numbers are leaking out between Eddie Meehan, I believe, and myself. I confirmed that the source that the numbers of the Eddie Meehan had released are accurate. And holy crap, that they are pathetically low for a very big, mass-produced, highly touted, praised to be a great classic adventure that people would love for the ages, and has turned out into what this stuff always does. Woke slop that people sniffed out immediately. And that's a quote from SmashJT himself in his video. That is insane. And that's crazy. And pretty much what it is just a lot of, like I said, a lot of people just want games to be good. They just want games that people can relate to, that they can be part of, and things like that. That's what people want. But it seems like that the industry is not listening to that. They're listening to somebody else that's like, no, this is what's good and this is what's going to bring in money. But whoever that is, they need to, like, really, I want to say, I mean, let's all be honest. People are like, that person needs to be fired. Like, get out of gaming industry and stuff. What we want is, we just want people to have, like, take a look at it and be like, clearly this is not working out. Let's go back to other ways. Ubisoft, I would just say right now, they're in huge trouble with all their games and everything. Like, their games coming out, they're not good. They claim that, oh, this is the best thing ever, but it's not that good. It's not appealing to people, and it doesn't retain people. I remember back then for video games, that's what was the hard part, was player retention. But now it's like, it's hard to get, like, even get the game off the ground now because of what's being put out. So that's why I kept recommending for Ubisoft with some of the games, go back, especially with your well-known franchises, established franchise, go back to the original and take those mechanics and designs and put them in modern day gaming. And the game will be good. But they're not going to hear this from me. Not from me, a small streamer and a YouTuber. But hopefully this gets out somewhere. All right. So anyway, later in his video, SmashJT stated, according to YouTuber, Eddie Meehan, who cited his inside sources, the game has sold fewer than Star Wars Outlaws, which reports indicating that only 500,000 copies were sold so far. That's crazy. And again, people, that the insider person was confirming that. It was like, yeah, that's the sales right now. So in a recent update on Twitter, SmashJT shared that his insider informed that the game has now sold over 1 million units. And people were like, yeah, like, you know, the higher up people were like, this is good, you know, things like that. But everybody else was like, yeah, this is not good. They're like, people are just not happy with what's going on. So yeah, here people are just like, no, this is not it. This is not. So let's see. However, despite allegedly surpassing that of 1 million units sold, that this game still likely needs to sell millions or million units to break even, because this was given $200 million to make. And it took 9 years, and it just didn't come out well. It didn't. It wasn't what people wanted, what the target audience wants, or what the consumers wanted. So let's see here. In development of 10 years, it went through multiple iterations before becoming Dragon Age VEILGUARD. It's quite likely that the game has underperformed EA sales expectations for the game. EA's chief financial officer, Stuart Canfield, shared during the company's most recent quarterly earnings call that the company was expecting net bookings for the current quarter to be between 2.4 billion and 2.55 billion dollars, with it largely being driven by Dragon Age VEILGUARD and the EA Sports FC franchise. No. What do you make of Farming Simulator 25 humiliating Dragon Age VEILGUARD? Become a paid member? Oh yeah, that's what they're talking about the site. Well, the thing is, like I said, it is funny, but it's like also not surprising. Honestly, it's not surprising or anything because like it's just what's going on in the game industry now. Like even when there's games like a lot of BR games that still feel the same as another game, but it's just like their name is slapped onto it instead of the previous game. A lot of people are playing indie games because it's a lot different. You can tell that there's passion and really like there's a lot of passion that's put into it. Yes, it costs some money, but the thing is, people take their time. They're very passionate. They're very precise of how they want their game to run and what it to be. Now, I'm not saying that people in the game industry or in the AAA series or in the AAA gaming industry that's happening. Sorry, an ad played. But the thing is, I think that there are people that are passionate and everything, but they're stuck behind people that are like, we just want money. We just want this to make the studios a lot of money and things like that, so then we can keep going, right? But it's just like a lot of people's creativities are actually like chained down. I know it sounds kind of harsh to say, but it seems like their creativity of like how they really want to put something out there is just like, no, you tone it down. They're like, hey, tone it down. You're not doing that. So I understand, like being somebody who's still brand new into the industry, like I want to get into, like I'm excited. Like we're that kid that's like really wanting to do something. It's like, for instance, being in the military. I'm bringing this up for example. It's like being in the military. When you first enlist and you get in the military, you're like, bro, I can't wait to go shoot things and this and that, blah, 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 or do these things because I've seen them on Call of Duty. Like being a drone operator, like I get to see things from the sky, like how Call of Duty is. I get to shoot at Hellfire, but then you realize it's not what you think it is. And they tell you to dial it back. It's not like how it is. So it's crazy to see like this is going on in an industry where, a lot of people can't really express what they want to put out because they're held back by people higher than them and also by shareholders. They're like, this is not what we want and things like that. Where pretty much indie games, they're like, I do whatever the hell I want to do. And then I asked the audience, hey, is this good? Have people play test it, see if it's good or not. And if people are like, oh, this is good, I would highly recommend putting this, and this in here. And they go through like surveys and everything and see what people would like and what people wouldn't like. And then they make the adjustments and then they put the game out and then it blows up. Simple. But the stuff that's going on right now in the game industry that things are being forced upon inside games is not what players want because it forces them out of immersion, which they cannot connect to the game in some sort of way. So that's the issue. And until the industry figures this out and actually goes what people are saying instead of attacking gamers and YouTubers and everybody who are their consumers and their promoters themselves, the game industry is going to crash. And that's something that we don't want because this is the last thing that we have that gives us an escape from reality. This is what we hold on to. This is what we clinch onto so much. I just hope that this thing changes. Hopefully people start to see what's going on. Or, not when I say people, I mean the industry. Hopefully they see what is going on and then they go back to how things were. And then they will see the profit. So, yes. That is the only thing that I have for this. What do you guys think about everything that's going on in the gaming industry? Also, what do you think about Farming Simulator? I think Farming Simulator is gonna be just fine. Farming Simulator does what Farming Simulator does, and It hasn't been the weekend yet, but I feel like these numbers are going to shoot up. So let me know what you guys think. And it's Alpha Chin. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.